Today we are doing practice strokes. Let me straighten this up here. Today we're doing practice strokes. We're using multi-surface paint. The idea is that I'm sharing with you different techniques with one-stroke painting and sharing with you how we can do roses and different flowers. This is kind of like a peony and different ways. So I'm going to first of all take a mop brush. All right, I'm going to wet it with clean water. And I had some paint in here earlier, so I'm gonna pick up some gray. And I want to do a background. Actually, let me put the gray in the bottom right corner. How about that? We'll put the gray in here. And then I'm gonna work around. I've got white with water and gray. I've got my table all messed up these days. I want my white on my petals to show. So I'm putting some pretty little colors back here. So I can come in with water and then grab some of this light blue. Isn't that kind of nice? That's a blue mist. But you can make it with white and any kind of blue. See, I'm going to have this blue here. Oh, I made it too blue, but let's add white to that. See? And then there's some green sea. Let's pick up more of that with white. And that can go right into the gray. So I just want it to be really loose. And then when our flower goes over that kind of nice. Now, if you're on a canvas, this is way easier than Bristol board. I'm using Bristol board right now, but just grab a canvas if you have it. Besides that, you won't just have paper to frame. You can hang the canvas on the wall. All right, so this is practice strokes. And what I'm showing you is how just with water and this mop brush to get a pretty background. Now I can get more water and make it really smooth out without any texture. But I like texture too, so. All right, and then I can take some paper towels and streak it. All right, there's different looks you can get. You can lay this there and it takes off some. Okay, so we're going to get a round brush or filbert brush. I'm going to use a round one today. We're going to have white, wicker white, parchment, berry wine, and magenta. All right, and so think about it. You can use pink melon and Pueblo and parchment. There's all kinds of colors you can use. All right. One thing, I don't have to let this dry, but I am going to blow dry it a minute. So let's start with, I like my 3/4 inch flat. And so I'm going to come in with some parchment and magenta. And I'm going to make a center in here. Okay. And then I can get more parchment on the outside edge of that. Just wipe, pick up parchment out here. Okay, so you saw what I did. Okay, so you see this is the shape of the flower. So you can take a pencil and draw out the shape that you want, right? I can also have some of this color over here, but I need it wet. I'm just going to show you though. I need it wet when I'm adding my other colors so that it pulls up some of those colors. All right, there you go. So when we're picking up this, I'm going to wet this brush, round brush, and it's a 12 round. All right, and you can get rounds in a couple of my different sets. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go right in here and see how I'm pushing it down. All right, so I'm going to come back here and pull, grab it, pull. See right here, You can use my filbert or the round and the signature set. They have those. Okay. Now see, I'm starting to see a little bit of color there. All right. Okay, then when we come in here, we can go like this, go like that, and pull it around. All right, so I'm going to pull down, pull down. See how I push and shake it a little bit? All right, now I am going to put a little bit of pink in here. Okay, so now let's pick up these colors again. Get both colors. See how that's starting to look? Let's grab white. There you go. We'll put some soft green in there too. All right, so then I can come right in here. All right, so this is just kind of fun. You're just laying it, pulling it up on the tip, grab both colors, fresh paint. You see that? Fresh paint. So this is a deal, pressure lift, pressure lift, pressure lift. And you want to see layers. See just that little bit of color in there. And then in here, okay, I'm going to wipe that off and just pick up color. Oops. There. So let's grab some white. Okay. And then little skinny. I'm not putting any pressure now. I'm just pulling color. White. So see, it gets real faded out here. And some of this you want it to be really, really misty. Even out here some. You know, I can, even with floating medium, you can come back and get a misty look out here. Isn't that kind of fun? So I have a little bit of classic green with that green sea. And I want you to see that I'm going to come out here. Let's do a better way of doing that leaf, okay? So I'm going to come out here and we're going to do that, okay? So let's see what happens here. I'm going to push and lift into the middle because imagine there's a stem here in the middle. And that's the same strokes as in the flower. See, from out here, out here, out here. Okay. So we can bring you know what I'm missing? I'm missing floating medium. Floating medium makes it work better for me. We use that instead of water. All right, so we're going to pull a stem in here. Okay. Pressure lift. So let's try that again. There was something on my paint. Okay. So we get some floating medium. Dot, pressure, lift, and slide. Touch, pressure, lift, and slide. Okay. All right, let's go chisel. It's not a chisel, it's the tip. Tip, pressure, lift. All right, so there's this way, there's that way, and there's making these leaves like this. So this is a practice sheet. So I want you to just kind of play along with it and see. We can push here and bring little scrolls. All right. So it's just kind of dreamy. So just kind of play with it and see um, what you can accomplish. But now we're gonna have to put some of the darker berry wine in right in here. Right in the center there. And a little bit in here. Right, so put a little bit of that in here. So what happens? What happens is I take a little bit of this medium and then I kind of brush it up in here just so you can see some depth. All right. Okay, so what I want to do is add some of this back on top of that with the white. That kind of fun. It just shows you where that depth would be. Little bits of pink in here. Okay, so we pick up a little bit of pink in there. And then all we do with this is we put a center in here. So what do y'all think? There you go. So what I'd like you to practice too is if you take your script liner, okay, and we get some of this green, roll the brush, and you can take and make some swirls into here with this liner. And you can bring it around. Or you can take and add some extra in here. You can also add, well, this is a 2 script liner, guys, if you're practicing. So it's nice to take and go along your strokes and add just a little bit of color to it, and then an extra stem in the middle. So see, we can bring this around, or you can leave it just like you had it. So just kind of play with it. One thing that I like to do is come along here and define this leaf. So we came along here. And look at this. We're going to make a curl at the end. All right. And you can take and put a, oop, what was that? We don't want that in this picture. All right. It was too close to my Pueblo. There you go. So I can't quit. Sorry, just keep. So figure out what you want to do. Try my flower, try some of these leaves, and have a good time. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.